Oh, Steve.
Hi, Mrs. Bradley.
Hi. Great news. Betty Jo's coming home today.
No kidding, the runt's coming back. When did she get in?
Well, that's the point. You see, the commercial plane lands in the city, and then she'll probably kill 2 or 3 hours trying to get a bus to Hooterville, and then she'll have to hop the cannonball, and
And you were wondering if I wouldn't fly up and meet her.
Would you, Steve? She's my baby, and I haven't seen her in such a long time.
Luckily, I just gassed up. And besides, I kind of missed a squirt myself. I haven't had a good grease monkey since she left.
Steve? You don't think she will have changed any, do you?
Change? The runt? She'll be the same when she's 90.
Flight 356 now arriving gate 1. Flight 356 now arriving gate 1.
Betty Jo! Betty Jo! I thought you were somebody else. I'm sorry.
Stephen!
Betty Jo?
What are you doing here?
Your mom, she's sort of anxious to see you, so I...
So you came down to meet me. Casual.
How's that?
Never mind. Aren't you going to welcome me home?
Well, sure. Welcome home, Betty Jo.
Oh, I'd like you to meet some friends of mine. This is Peter, and Brad, and Ronnie.
Oh, smashing!
Ronnie's British.
I guessed. Who are these characters?
I told you. Friends. I'm mad, all of them.
Won't argue with you there.
Imagine. They all flew out here with me just on a wild impulse.
This one really had an impulse.
Brad came right from a party, but then Brad always does.
Well, fellas, thanks. Betty Jo thanks you, and her mother thanks you, and I thank you. And now, if you'll just...
What Stephen means is that I must say goodbye. I'll be flying the rest of the way in his plane, and there just isn't room for more than one.
Flying where?
Well, I told you, to the Shady Rest, right between Hooterville and Pixley.
You mean there actually are such places?
Yeah, actually. Well, so long. See you around the polo field.
Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome. It's good to have you back, kid.
There she is! Betty Jo! Betty Jo! Oh, it's so good to see you. We missed you. Hey, you changed.
And how?
Where's Mama? Where's who? Oh, inside. Mom, Uncle Joe, Betty's here. Betty Jo! She's different.
She sure doesn't look like a shortstop.
You're telling me.
Oh, here are Betty Jo's friends now.
I told you they was a queer-looking set of Jaspers.
Oh, that ain't polite.
Folks, these young men are Betty Jo's friends from New York City, and boys, these are our friends. Now, I know you've met Floyd, and that's Sam Drucker, who runs a general store. And this is, oh, goodness, to take all night if I introduced everybody. So why don't you just go around and howdy all the folks, and you'll be friends in no time. I know that isn't a Court Devley post, but what's around here? Oh, Bobby Joe will need more sandwiches, dear.
Hear that, man? The lady says mingle and say howdy. Howdy, howdy. Smashing!
If that cat says smashing one more time, I'm going to tie a knot in his tea bag.
Smashing! What did you expect, Mama? These fellows are men of the world.
Well, don't look now, but we're in this world, too. And if you don't mind, I'd like my name back. It's Mom, not Mama.
Don't you think it's time they left? I'd be, very happy to.
No. You come in the kitchen and help me get some punch.
It's a cute bunch of friends you got.
Thank you, Billy Joe.
Bradley, what do you think of those characters?
Oh, well, I never like to form an opinion on such short notice.
Short notice? Well, how much notice do you need? They're loud, they're obnoxious, they're conceited, revolting.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I get the picture. You don't like them.
In space.
Just remember one thing. They are Betty Jo's friends.
That's what bugs me. How can a swell kid like Betty Jo fall in with kooks like that? She's got charm and looks and class. What's the matter?
Any chance you're not jealous?
Jealous? Over the runt? Of course not. That's, silly.
Yeah, I suppose it is. She has changed a lot, though, hasn't she?
She sure has. I mean, you know, growing up and all.
I know what you mean. Well, come on, we're having a party, remember?
Bradley, you can see what they're doing to the poor guy. Now, let me take him apart.
No. But I think it's time I said something.
No, Mom. It's time I said something.
Well, if it isn't little Bo Peep,
She looks like one of them.
smashing.
What are they talking about?
It's nothing, Floyd. Except, do you think you could fire up the cannonball for a special run?
Well, sure. Who wants to go someplace?
I think these three gentlemen. I have an idea they may want to go back where they came from.
All right. I'll get her fired up. When I give her the whoa, you'll know she's ready.
Betty Sweets, are you by any chance trying to tell us something?
Darn right I am. And I'm trying to tell my real friends something, too. But I'm ashamed, and I apologize to them. You know, back in New York, I was quite impressed with these characters. Somehow it seemed very sophisticated. All laughs and games. Never a worry about poking fun at anyone or hurting his feelings. It was the in thing to do. Well, I've got news for you. Here in Hooterville, we happen to have respect for one another and regard for each other's feelings. And we're just corny enough to think a little common decency is the in thing. Oh, I'm not surprised you don't dig me. To you, that's about as out as you can get. Well, you'll pardon my being abrupt, but I'd like to see just how far out you can really get, and the sooner the better.
What's going on?
Don't look now, but I think our little girl is really growing up.